It's the start of a new season. There are new players. There are people who have left. There are people who have joined. One thing that seems to have stayed the same though, we've got Bromley again. Yes, welcome to a brand new season, this time in the Vanarama National League. And we've had a busy transfer window. Plenty of people have left, plenty of people have joined. And let's go through, first of all, who we released. So, at the end of the season, Amari Morgan-Smith, we'd already made the decision he would be being released. He wasn't really worth the money we were paying him. Well, he actually decided to retire once he was released. So, Amari Morgan-Smith, we wish you the best for whatever you're going to do now with the rest of your life. Lewis Montrose also was released, as well as Cliff Moyo. And then it's just basically a bunch of youngsters that were never going to be good enough for the first team. So if we go on to all transfers, the rest of the outs, Bergkamp, he's left to join Helmond. He's gone back to Netherlands. We already knew about it. He signed this contract in January once I'd offered him out. It's a shame really, because come the end of the season he actually turned to be half decent. Kay Lissimore has gone out on loan to Warrington. He's a youngster. Will he ever be good enough? Doubtful, but we might as well send him out on loan rather than just having him fester in the club. And a regen, one of my youth intakes. I've sold him for £5,000. He's never going to be good enough. We are planning to keep getting promoted and keep going as high as we can with this team. He's going to have to progress so quickly that he would have had to be good enough yesterday to get in this team and be worthwhile keeping, rather than just take $5,000 and run. And then that brings us to the ins. So if we go back one, the first in was Toby Adebayo Rowling at right back. He is a really nice little player. He was brought in with the idea that someone else wouldn't be here. I'll tell you who shortly. But he's a well-rounded right back. Probably a bit more attacking than what we used to have him, but I'm not against that, being a bit more attacking with the wing backs, or full backs shall we say. I think he's going to be a decent little player. For £400 a week, I could not turn that deal down. Brandon Cover was a youngster from Leicester. The fact that he could play central midfield, central attacking midfield, left wing, and even central defensive midfield, it just was a no-brainer. Bringing someone that quality as well. He's a decent player. His physicals are gorgeous apart from his strength, which is a little bit of a letdown. But everything else, to me, says he's going to be a decent player. He's got decent work rate. I think he could be key this season for us. And we got a backup left back in. So Joe Rabbits was not coming back on loan. We bought Bo Anderson on a free. Every deal so far has been on a free transfer, and Bo Anderson, he's not good enough to play now, but he's got a lot of potential, and having him in behind Caleb Richards, ready to jump in when he's needed, I'm happy. £230 a week for a backup, I'm very happy with that. Then came the player that I knew I wanted for about probably 6 months of last season. I knew I wanted to try and get him at the end of the season, and I've got him. Felix is in from Guiseley on a free transfer. His pace is pretty much the reason why I wanted him. Every time we played Guiseley, he was a threat. And last season, he picked up 13 goals in 34 games for them. And he's just so threatening. He runs at you and he gets past you. And I'm hoping he can really deliver for us this season. Lewis Warrington is a youngster from Everton who I've brought in to add a bit more depth to that central midfield. That's where I was more worried. I felt like last season we lacked maybe a little bit of depth in terms of the central midfield. When, say, a couple of them were injured, I felt like we really dropped in quality, and that's why I'm bringing in these youngsters. And as long as I've got a work rate of 11 or over, I'm very happy, and he's got a work rate of 12, which makes me over the moon with this signing. Then we brought in Will Russ from, I think he was from Leicester, on a free transfer, and he's just a bit of a backup striker really. I wanted to get a number of strikers because I felt last season you had Narbel, you didn't really have anyone. I mean, Fremantle's good. He did end up signing a new contract with Fremantle, so he's still here. But I feel like we're getting different quality of striker, different types of strikers, and that's important for when we're failing to break a game down. If it's not working with Narbel, we can chuck, say, Felix on. If it's not working with Felix, we can chuck Fremantle on. If it's not working with Fremantle, we've now got Will Russ. We've got a plethora of attacking talent. And from Stockport on a free is Milenik Ali. This chap is just to add, once again, more depth. These players aren't players I'm expecting to start at the moment. These last couple have been more to add depth to the roles, and the fact that he can play on either wing as well as up front makes him very valuable to us. And at £325 per week, I could not turn down the opportunity to sign him. His determination makes me really excited. That tells me he's going to work hard. I know his work rate's not the best, but he's determined, and that should hopefully help him deliver for us. And our final transfer. Now this one, I went a bit crazy in terms of wages. He's on £1,000 a week. It's Joseph Alowu, but that's why. He is head and shoulders probably the best player in the club. We beat a League One side to him. I don't think they offered 1,000. It was Sutton, but we offered £1,000 per week. He has joined. I believe he's got a release clause in his contract of £245,000. So if someone wants to activate that, I'll be over the moon with the money we'll get from that. But that takes us through all the signings we've made so far. We've had a decent pre-season where we've won most of our games playing teams from lower, and then we played Fulham under 23s where we drew 1-1. Today we will be having a game against Bromley as well as a game against Wealdstone. We are doing both games today, so let's get into it. Let's see how the team shapes up with all these new signings. A couple of deals that didn't show up actually on that list. Joe Fulks has rejoined on loan. Zach Williams has rejoined on loan, as has Toby Stevens. They're all back on loan for another season in the hope that when their contracts go, they'll be joining us permanently, hopefully, unless we do get promoted this season, and therefore we probably won't get them. But all in all, the team for today's game against Bromley is Luke Simpson in goal. It's Fulks at right back, Alowu and Williams in the centre of defence. Caleb Richards starts at left back. Toby Stevens is in the middle of the park alongside to cover. Sam Austin starts at the right hand side of that attacking midfield three. Kevin Gonzalez starts in the middle. Sterling James on the left hand side. And for now, it's Niall Bell up front. Let's hope he can hit the ground run with a few goals. Sterling hits the free kick and Woolston has to tip it behind in the Bromley goal. Agborough looks packed. It really looks quite full at the moment. Gonzalez! Bingham whips it in. It's headed. Oh, it hits the upright and ends up going behind. Caleb Richards now with an opportunity for us, and he's going to whip that one in. Oh, it's punched away by Woolston. Fulks by Stevens. Alowu now. All the way back to Simpson. And Williams will bring it forward for Kidderminster. Richards looking for cover. So Wunmi boots it forward and it's headed on, but Alowu should pick it up. Oh, this isn't good for us. Bromley look threatening at the moment. They're winning balls, and Alowu should have really got there ahead of Whitley, but he hasn't. I think this could be a goal. Carvalho, oh, he's hit the bar! Brown now launching that, but Sterling will let it down for cover. He finds Austin. Austin trying to find a chance to cross. He does. No, Bell! And it's over. Brown now goes to Carvalho, and cover almost intercepts that. And Carvalho now, Alexander hits it, and it is Bromley 1, Kidderminster 0. Losing to Bromley's not the end of the world, really, because, well, Bromley, I think they finished second in the league last year and they didn't go up via the playoffs, so they were up there, though. But we did also beat them, and Simpson gets a good hand on that, and you could argue probably should do better. Brown goes to Suwunmi. Just want to see us on everything now. They've kind of livened up to exactly how we play. And Whitley, Bingham, and I think this could be 2-0 if Whitley hits this. And he does. It's over. Sterling's corner. Whipped in Williams. Cover! We're level! Come on! What? Offside? Oh, shove off. Where? 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 Unbelievable. If that ends up costing us this game of football, the referee can shove something up where the sun don't shine, quite frankly. So a couple of changes happening here in the 62nd minute. Kazai Martin's coming on for Toby Stevens. Kevin Gonzalez is coming off. And Milenik Ali is coming on. Sterling James, therefore, is going into the number 10 role with Milenik Ali coming onto the left-hand wing. Caleb Richards is having a poor game, but I've got no one to take him off really for. So he will stay on and just hopefully get a little better as the game goes on. He's booted it forward and he's looking for Sterling. Sterling, can he whip it across? He can. Bell's there. Come on! That one will count. Niall Bell equalises for Kidderminster. Big ball forward. Sterling does really well. Gets it down, carries on, and then whips it across where Niall Bell taps home. Well, I say taps home. He goes into the top corner. Oh well. It's 1-1. Shove that up, you what's-her-name, ref. Right, so we're in the 76th minute. Kane Felix is coming on, but it's not for Niall Bell, it's for Sam Austin. I'm debating whether we go 2 up top. In fact, yes we are. I'm making that call right now. Niall Bell and Kane Felix are going to go up top. Sterling James is going to go onto the right-hand side. I'm going to get Kane Felix out there as a pressing forward on attack. And Lowe is looking for Felix, but he's never going to find him with a ball like that. We need it to Felix's feet, not up in the air to him. But that's come back to us now. And Williams to Ali, and they're knocking it around between them. And Ali's lost it. Oh no, Alexander's in, and Bromley are going to score. What is Ali doing? He's just kicked it against him, and then it's just simple for them, innit, really? Just simple. Woolston, goal kick, booted forward. Oh, it's come to them again. I don't know if we're going to get an attack here. Folks going to win that back, you know. Sterling. Kazai Martin over the top. Felix is in. Kane Felix. Go on. Go on. Come on! Kane Felix on his debut. He scores the equaliser. It's 2-2. We've got ourselves a Desmond. Come on. Up over the top. Felix through. And he just slots it past the keeper. Beautiful stuff. And there we have it. It is 2-2, the final score. You know what? Against Bromley, a team that I believe did finish 2nd or 3rd last season. I'll take it. I'll take a point. It's not bad at all. They're a decent side. I'm sure they'll be up there again this season. We've now just got to look at some of the other teams. I believe we've got Wealdstone next, who are now not bottom of the league, but they're 23rd, having lost 5-2. And we've got to try and build our season with a victory there. Let's see who's playing. And the team for the Wealdstone game is Simpson in goal, Adebayo Rowling at right back, Cameron Hawkins in the centre of defence, Richards at left back, Stevens and Martin in the middle of midfield, Austin Gonzalez, Sterling James in that attacking trio with Niall Bell up front. Changes due to tiredness. This early part of the season, playing games in quick succession like we are, tiredness is going to be a factor. The further we get in, the fitter they'll be, and hopefully it won't affect us quite as much. Now this will be a sign of a roundabout where we are. Wealdstone aren't supposed to be pulling up any trees in this division, and Diaby's through, and they're going to go 1-0 up here, aren't they? He's going to round Simpson, he's going to finish. Just as I say that, Wealdstone take the lead. Yeah! Oh, I do not want a season where it's just going to be tedious all season. I do admit, obviously, we're playing a very weak defence compared to what we can do. Sheikh Diaby rounding Simpson. And the fact that we've gone 1-0 down so early is a worry. Adebayo Rowling with a throw. And he's found Gonzalez with it. The ball in. Hawkins. Austin's there, you know. Sam Austin! Come on! Equaliser for the Harriers. It's Sam Austin. And it's 1-1 away at Wealdstone. And it's really well worked. Brilliant ball from Adebayo Rowling. Headed back in, and Stevens plays it in. And Austin, well, it'd have been harder to miss that, to be honest. And at half-time, it was 1-1. Fitness definitely becoming a factor in this game. Quite a few players starting to look very tired out there. Playing twice in the space of a few days isn't doing them the world of good. In fact, we are going to make one change, which will be Kane Felix on for Niall Bell, in the hope that can, fingers crossed, G us up a little bit up top. Sterling's got himself a free kick. Up over the wall. Come on! Sterling James puts Kidderminster in front. It's a lovely free kick. And it's 2-1. And Toby Stevens really tired out there despite having a good game. So we're going to take him off and bring Brandon Cover on. And there's a highlight from the goal. Whether that's because I was making a sub, I'm not sure. And in the 63rd minute, we are making a sub. It is Melenik Ali coming on for Sam Austin, the first goal scorer. Tiredness really is a factor at the moment. Playing a midweek game in your first week is just not good for you at all. Really not good, because I mind struggling out there at the moment. Oh, they've got a corner. Cooper whipping it in. Tavares is there. It's off the line. Oh, it's bounced in. How haven't we cleared that? How haven't we cleared that? And there's a highlight from the kickoff. I know we've got the ball, but it doesn't fill me with confidence. I'm not going to lie. Adebayo Rowling, though, can we make something happen, or is it going to be them winning the ball back off us? Yep, them getting the ball back off us. Oh no, hang on, that ball's gone to Ali. Come on, Ali. Make something happen, Ali. Sterling! Come on! That's the response I was looking for. Oh, that's shocking from O'Brien, and Ali just runs. He just gives it everything. Whips it across. Sterling's has made the run, and it's a cracking finish from him. 3-2. Come on, boys. And there we are. It's full time. Kidderminster Harriers have won their first game in the Vanarama National League this season. It comes in our second game against Weldstone. A 3-2 victory. It's away from home, which is massive as well. Absolutely over the moon with that. It leaves us in 7th place after 2 games. I know it's very early. You can't take too much from it. But hey, we're in a playoff place. So I'm going to get excited. We played well. We scored goals. We conceded goals too, which is a worry. But we scored them. And that's the important thing. If you're scoring, then you can concede. You still have a chance of winning. But if you've enjoyed that, if you're happy with our start to the season, drop this video a like. And give us a subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later.